Welcome everybody, welcome. I'm Go Via or Go Home, and it's Saturday night, so that means we are working on kits. We're going to be working. This is what part 4 of the ITLABig kit build, and I've gotten a lot done actually, more than I thought I would. This far along. So we'll take you through that, of course, and I'll show you what I've been working on here with that and all the little steps that I've taken to get to this point and what I still need to do, of course. But first, of course, I want to say hi to everybody who did take the time to show up. Dave Hughes, you get the Timbits. Welcome. Ronald Rando, hello. And we've got Brad. How's it going? And John, welcome. I thought I saw Perry. I thought I might have seen Perry. I'm not sure. But welcome, everybody. So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn this around, and I'll show you what I have been working on. So basically, this kid here. Oh, hey, Todd. Hey, Almar. How's it going? Where did I go for this? Oh, yeah. So basically, we're over here now. So this is the kit. It's a big kit, pretty big kit. And obviously gotten a lot of the walls done, a lot of the bottom. So this past week, I've been working on a lot of detail parts. Now, because it's very cold out, freezing, I can't really do any spray painting outside. So I really thought that this was going to kind of put things on hold for me. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I've got a paintbrush. So I pulled that out for the very first time and I tried airbrushing. And let me tell you, it's not easy, but I managed to work on some stuff, get some stuff together, and even something like this here. This is just the loading dock. So just to kind of show you, I got to still do that handrail, right? But I've been working on the dock a little bit, and this will go right in front of the building. So kind of neat. Then of course I had a bunch of these detail parts. So like there's the fire escape, which I put onto toothpicks. I hot glued it, and then I'm able to hold it, and I was able to spray it. I just did the coat of it's almost like a dark brown. So there was a bunch of those. Some of these, which are just I think they're for scrap metal. You put your scrap metal in there, and then it gets taken away. Very cool. And a lot of the doors as well. These doors, but there's still a lot more to do with that. This was tricky to build. This is a little stairway set. If I hold it in front of the tan, you can see it a little bit better. There's railings on there, and then there's angle pieces to hold it up to the wall. It's really neat, but every single step you had to put that in there, and you can see mine are kind of janky, but I managed to get it together. It's glued, so hopefully I never have to do that ever again. Uh, and then of course I've got. I'll show you here. This is typically how I do it. I put the toothpicks in, and then I put them into obviously their little foam sheet here. Got the that has silver on there, so these are probably dry now, but I obviously didn't get all of them done, but I got part of the way through. I got these painted down to about here. These are the downspouts, the rain collectors, or whatever you want to call them. I just got to do the bottoms. That's it for those. And then the rest are just detail parts. Hey Nelson, how's it going? Oh, you think Perry got the Timbit? He might have been here. I like I said, I could have sworn I seen him in there, but either way. So I've got some other parts here that I've been working on, and a lot of this stuff is going to be for detail work, right? So I got to put that back together, but this gets glued in there. But before I did that, I wanted to detail the inside of this, and I have to kind of fix that too. There's some thick glue there. I have to sand that off so that it goes flat up against there. So there's a number of things that I'm going to work on here today, but it's mostly going to be the detail stuff. But I do want to show you. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. If you look close enough, and there's 3 of them. So I'm going to show you this first one. Whoop. You see that right there? You probably can't, but let's see if I can bring it closer. Can you see it now? That is a security camera. And there's actually 3 of them along the building. It's like the smallest detail, courtesy of mini prints. But yeah, right there. That little, there's that one there too. So I strategically placed a couple of those along the outside of the building. And it's just an added little detail. One of many that is going to get added to this. So now, oh, there was something else I wanted to show you as well. When I was doing this roof piece here, right? We did this last week or the week before? I can't remember. But it was kind of sinking down a bit in the back, on the back of the building. So what I did, I got some extra parts here. Mainly these. So these are support pieces. I'm just going to bring this back this way a bit so you can get a better look. So there's these support pieces here. And what they do, they're supposed to actually go right along here. And I could probably add one there. But what I did, and you can kind of see one sticking out here, and there's another one right over here. You can kind of see those 2 sticking out. They come right out and they are level with the rest of the top. And that's pretty strong on there. So that actually gives the roof more support. Same thing with over on this side. I put a piece coming right across here, and that will help to support that end as well. So adding a lot of the support pieces does help, as it, like, the roof isn't that heavy, but once you put all the little detail parts on, it might become more heavy. So having these stick out along the back here does give it support, and it will help. And it also gives you, like, you'll be able to put glue on there, and then when you put the roof on, it'll hold really, really well. So there is that as well. Thanks, Todd. I'm trying. I'd like to think that I'm trying pretty hard here to, make it look good. I really like how this looks. Just just the coloring, and how it's just not like, it's not one color. I can tell you there's multiple colors in there just to make that look like it's a dirtier concrete. So I'll be doing a lot more of that, and some along the bottom as well. Got my AC unit here, or my HVAC, that I was able to airbrush all this, the one color, and then I've got my fan up there. That is silver. I still have to put the vent over top of that, but I do want to paint this unit itself a separate color, and then I can maybe do a bit of silver on the ductwork there. I'm thinking maybe a green, 2-tone green. We'll see. We'll see. That's one of many things that I want to paint tonight and work on. So okay, so I'm gonna move all those. So I think some of the stuff that I do need to work on. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Good ductwork, very important. So what should I do? I've got a lot of detail parts, as you can imagine. There's so much here, right? I also have to check because I made there's two fake walls. We'll call it a fake wall. But what it is a filler. And it's just supposed to look like the wall's bricked up. Yeah, I don't actually, because in the picture it's supposed to be those two right here, but I put windows in there. I thought he gave me enough windows to do everyone. Turns out you have to use the two brick, and also there's two of these where it's half window and then there's a fan or an AC unit on the bottom. So you have to use two of these as well. So just so you're aware, because I was not aware and I did not count it out, that was my fault. There's also two of these, but I had accounted for them because it was in the picture, and I'm like, you know what? I like how that looks. So there's this as well here, where it's like a grate that's on, like, replaces the window, but these ones go here. And actually, what I can do is I'm going to put those in first because I want to. No, it's because they're good to go. Hey, Trackside Mike, how's it going? So the neat thing with these is that even though it's like it's a replacement for a window, you still put the ledge, the window ledge, the top and the bottom window ledge in. That might be sticking out too far. Just got to make sure I get this correct because it only goes one way. Lo and behold, it comes off. That's fine. I'm going to put this in first, make sure that that's good, and I'll do the same thing with this one. Okay. I've got my wall pieces here. And I just need my glue. Now, is everybody else working on something right now? If you're working on something, let me know. There. One down. There's definitely a lot of stuff here. I think I should move some of this out of the way. Okay, so that is the small, and that's the big. Nelson is painting fishermen. Working on a fine scale miniatures kit, building done. Now working on the base for them. Brad's working on a building. Cool. Now if I can just get this to fit. Oh, okay, there we go. Or not. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, yeah, now it fits. Okay. We are good. Perfect. So now I can add the top piece for that, and then the bottom piece. Not too many window parts left. Most of them are in now. There's still a couple. There we go. Okay. So that looks good. I want to block up a couple of windows. So I think what I will do is I will do the ones down here. So Maybe this one. And it just supposed to fit right back in there. Of course, when I put it the right way, if it's upside down, it's not going to fit. Okay, and the other one. Don't have much of an option here. Okay, well, block up this one. That way, when I put one of these in with a fan, one can go here and then one can go up there. So the next thing I'll do is I'll put a bit of glue on the back of that, and that'll hold. And that one's there, so put some glue there, and that'll hold. Great. More detail parts added. Now I do have some painting that I wanted to do as well tonight. Mostly weathering type paint. I do want to add some rust. Mike, you're gonna have a blast doing this. And it's like, even if it didn't come with all the mini print stuff, it would still be a really good kit. But you get a bunch of extra stuff with it, and you get to really pick and choose from the kit what you want to add. You don't have to add all of it, but you can definitely add quite a bit. Hey, John. Another John. So many Johns tonight. So I already did this here with the 3 colors, just kind of like how I did that. And then, of course, I did the gray at the bottom there. Same thing with this piece here. And like I said, it goes together kind of like this, and then this goes in the middle. But to get at this without getting paint on everything else is a little difficult. So you want to do it kind of in pieces. Like, you don't even have to glue these two together. I did, because I think I technically glued all 3 together, but then I ended up taking the one side off, which is fine, build it how you want. But I would suggest to just add the one side or build it all after painting it. Makes it easier. Cool. Okay. So part of the painting that I want to do tonight is some rust. And that is going to be achieved with a terracotta and burnt sienna. That's what I use. And this isn't going to be all the rust that I'm doing, because there's going to be several things on here that I need to do. But we're going to start small. I've got my sponge that I've just kind of ripped up. And we're sponging. So I don't know if you can see that or not. Now we'll probably dumb it down a bit, but some of this you probably won't even see because once it's inside the thing there, you won't even be able to tell. I'm going to do the same with one of these. Again, I'm not putting a lot of paint. I'm just kind of sponging some of it on. It's not all going on. Just want to make it look realistic. Also, you don't want to like dab too hard anyways because you don't want to break it. Hey Laura, how's it going? So I don't know if you can see it just because of how the color on the color, right? It might be a little bit tougher to see. You'll just have to look for pictures once I post it on the socials. I always do that after I finish a project. I'll post the picture online there. And I'd like to even take the building in the summer or the fall, whatever. Like I did with my last building that I put a lot of effort into. And I took pictures of that outside. So that's really cool. Getting an outside shot with a clear sky. Hey Glenn, how's it going? School Kill, how's it going? John. Welcome everybody. And because these are all basically done the same, I can just knock them all out of the park here and just kind of do them all at once. It's convenient. Back to the foam tray. I'm going to do something real cool with these doors and whatnot too in a moment. I know you've probably heard me say it before, but layers are very important. And depending on which colors you choose, obviously, it can look really good when you just layer it just in the right way. You won't ever see the bottom of that, but I'll know it's not done. So does Mike have track or does Mark have track down yet? What's the status on that? Okay, now how was I gonna do this? I wanted to do yeah, because I might not even use this big door, but I do want to paint it and whatnot regardless, because I think that if I don't, I'll regret it. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, right? It's just you've got your dark color on there, then you go really bright, and then I'm going to slowly start going darker, and then I'm going to put the main color over top of that. So hopefully that works. I'll be doing the same with the little doors as well. But these are on here in a different way. I think I might need more of that. He's polishing up his bench work right now. Also said he has Somio. Somewhat of a track plan. Okay. Lily won't leave him alone because she wants to play. Whoop. Yep, that's dogs for you. It's like it's I forget what type of wood it is, but it is technically it's they came on the same color wood sheet as everything else, like most of this stuff, but it's very thin. So after I did the airbrushing, you can kind of see that it does warp a little bit, but once it's glued in place, it'll be okay. The only reason why I say that the big door I might not even use is because I want the track going in, and there's no way for me to put that in there to hold it unless I make some kind of um, apparatus to kind of magnify it in place, which I haven't really worked out. I still have access to the inside, the back of this thing, so I'm not too worried. That's why I want to paint it regardless, just in case I end up putting it on there. But I don't really have the willpower to add it. There we go. I'd rather just keep it open all the time. And I'm doing every single door different. Just because rust does not look the same on everything. Cool. These are the ladders. I've got 3 of these. These are for the fire escape. And this was not easy to do. The fire escape, it was a lot easier than what I thought it would be, but it was still not easy, if that makes sense. I I definitely tested my patience, that's for sure. You could motorize the door. I've seen DMJ or RJ. How's it going, by the way? I have seen a kit where you can motorize doors, and they're the same people that make this really nice transfer table and lift for your layout. Very cool stuff. It's already a really expensive kit, so to put that much more into it, it's like I don't know. Maybe one day that might be something I would do. I hate messing around with electronics. It's not really my thing. I just like, like the scenery aspect, making scenery stuff, but I don't normally mess with electronics. Was there anything else? Was there anything else that I wanted to? I think that was it. I don't have to do those right now. Okay. Let's see here. Really? Is that hole plugged? Why'd that be plugged? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I took the toothpick off of this in anticipation that I was going to be get things done a little bit quicker here. And who knows? We'll see how all this turns out. I'm very hopeful. I feel good about it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what you guys think. I'm my own worst critic when it comes to this stuff, anyways. So I guess while I'm working away here, let's see if I can do this. And it was Control V. No. Command V. There we go. Now, if there is anybody that's working on something, and if you do want to join me here, you're more than welcome to. We can talk shop, if you will. Maybe we can get Mark in here, and you can show us his layout. That's good. Just gonna set that up on here. Do you get roof details as well? Yes. Oh yeah. Do you get roof details? Absolutely. They're like, so as far as venting goes, and I'll show you. I've got two different vents like this here. This is an HVAC system. Like this will go, in and around, well, down, well, you can't even see. I'm showing you, but you can't see it. So this will go in and around here, which will attach to the wall but it also goes on the roof, which is really cool. With the extra stuff you get, I also made this, which this is another wall unit. I can't really put it up against the wall because of the toothpick, but it's going to go right about, it's going to go right like here, like that. But then because you get even more piping stuff or roof stuff, I have these little vents here, which, you know, you can just put them on the roof. There is a roof access hatch. I'm not adding it to this kit, but it does exist. Let's see. You get these. These are mini prints as well. These are more wall vents. Those have to be painted, like primed and painted still. Yeah, there's more roof stuff somewhere here. I think the roof wasn't really my main priority when I was doing this because it's so small. But if you do it in more of a three-dimensional build, you can fit more on the roof. So it'll be more of a focal point at that point. But I didn't want to focus on the roof too much on this one. Now I'm kind of going around where I've already put the bright orange, and I'm putting the little bit darker color over top in certain areas as well, going kind of light with it. So we'll see how this turns out. I have a good feeling. Yeah, oh yeah, there's like, people will say, you know, they'll bat an eye at it and they'll say, well, it's an expensive kit. Yeah, it is expensive, but I mean, you know, when you look at mini prints, like just the mini prints itself, that's at least $100 to $150 worth of mini prints that you get within the kit. I didn't really price it out all the way, but I just wanted to give you kind of an idea. And then, of course, the wood kit. Um, Most of the ones that I like that are about this size are about $200, because typically you'll buy a building like this, but then you have to buy an additional part like the loading dock, right? You can buy a loading dock, a couple of different ones actually, and then you're looking at 20 to 30 for a loading dock, and then you get the ladder on the side and whatnot. Um, Fire escapes. You can build, like, you can get a really good fire escape, but again, you're looking at, you know, 30, I think they're like $30-$40 for the just a fire escape. So when it's all said and done, yeah, you're probably getting a deal getting something like this, where buying most of this individually will cost you way more. I'm also going to put a dark wash over that as well. Really, really bring them together, right? You got to get the colors to really melt there. And I got orange on my finger. Okay, well, can't win them all. So let's see here. So again, this is my handy dandy wash. Kits are often too expensive for me. Years ago, I got the basic kit they offered, and did a build along with new tracks. Very easy material to work with, fun building. Hey Floyd. Yeah, like I've spent most of my time doing wood kit or not wood kit, plastic kits. And I thought these were, going to be way tougher than what they are. That was my thing. So I had always done just the plastic kits. And don't get me wrong, I love Walther's kits still. Um, they're still great. But there's a certain level of appreciation for the wood kits now. My only quarrel with wood kits is that there's not enough options, right? I need more options. What else can I build? You know what I mean? I want to do more. Um, but if they don't have the options, I'm kind of stuck, right? So, hello from Sweden. How's it going? Kit bashing. Kit bashing's fun. It's been a while since I've done a kit bash. Gonna move this over to the side. Move these over to the side. Because I do want to do some ink on that. Hey Dave, how's it going? I'm gonna put my moonshine away here. I think for structures to look right on a layout, they have to be kit bashed or scratch built to fit that particular location, especially if prototype modeling. Oh, for sure. Uh, I mean, for this one in particular, I knew where it was going. So even though I'm choosing to do it in this shape, which is something off of the, like it's out of the book, it'll still work for the area that I have it. I don't know if you guys caught the live from Thursday night when Mark was over and we were running trains. The location on the layout where this building was is where I intend to have it, so it will fit in that general area. I don't know where else it would fit, to be honest with you, but I do like it for that general area. All right, so I just want to make sure that's, yeah, because it absorbs. That's another thing. Like when you're painting and working with the wood opposed to the plastic. I mean, the wood just absorbs everything, so your dry time is way less. Where did my? Oh, here it is. Almost misplaced it. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. Gotta figure out how to put this on here. Hey Russ, how's it going? Welcome. I'll just put this flat onto here. And just like that. It's gonna go just like that. And hopefully that holds. It should, but I do have the door for there as well. I know it's so hard to see, right? You can't really, like I said, I'll get a good picture where the shows with the lighting and whatnot, and you'll be able to see it for what it is after. And this is supposed to go on top. You see how there's a little hole there? You put a light in there, and yeah, it's your. They pre-drill it. Some of this other stuff I have to drill myself to put the light in, but I like how that is a fixture that comes standard with this one. Now I do have to put the door in there still, which is right here. But that I will put through on the back side of it, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, for some reason that came off. These things are a pain. At least it didn't break. It's very, they're very fragile. I know I put some of these on in my paper mill area, and it didn't take long. I think I was trying to put the building in place because what you do is you put it in place, you take it out, you put it back in, you do some measuring and whatnot, and then during that whole process, you bump it, and then the little camera goes flying, and you can't find it at that point. So it's like, well, now it doesn't have a camera. I've got a couple of extra, so I'm sure I can replace it. But it was just a pain, so I didn't want to mess with it any further. Okay, so what was still looking at those doors. I want to do the painting on the doors, but we'll get to it, I guess. I'm glad that that's basically done, because that'll go away. That'll go inside there. Are you using fine, medium, or thick glue? Depending on which part of this I'm doing. If you're talking about what I was just using right there, this is gap filling medium Instacure. So just for this in particular, it holds it, glues it really quick, and I don't have to worry about drying time all that much. Like, this thing's already dry. But in some cases, I'll use wood glue or white glue, especially like use the white glue around the clear plastic so that you don't get that fogging. But I don't have to worry about that yet because there's no plastic on here, so there won't be any fogging. Let's see if I can get this door on here. Wise guy. It does not stay in its hole. Hmm. There we go. More or less. Yeah, you move it like a tiny bit, and then the whole thing. Okay, it's good. So I'm going to glue that door in place before I freak out, go across the room. So not only is that super strong, and that'll hold that on there, it'll dry fast, and it'll also stop light bleed. Mind you, with wood kits, you don't really get the light bleed like you do with plastic. And how do I get this out of here without breaking it? The one thing I've never had to worry about is like these the handrails that are on here, they don't break. Never had an issue with that. But this here, this is like an iron fence type door. So the bars are very, very thin. I don't even know how comfortable I feel doing this. If I do this without it breaking, it's the strongest strongest door ever. Because this would break in a million pieces if it was plastic. Okay, that is pretty solid. So I'm going to show you. I don't know how, if you can even see that. Not too bad. I thought I was going to pooch this thing for sure. I don't know which side is the top and the bottom, but I'll find out. Just want to file the sides. This is one of those doors where it's like when you need a key or something to get in there. Where's the picture of the iron bars? So that part is at the top. Well, I'm sold. So I'm going to do this with my left hand because why use the proper hand? I'm only putting a tiny bit of glue on there. Oh, wish me luck. Oh, I need luck. Oh, where's my luck? Nope, you know what? I don't know if you can see it, but it's over top of the door now. Now, in the picture, they have it open slightly. I don't want it open. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to be like, well, I should have done it better. Nope, I'm okay with that because that's not coming out anyways. I just want to see if I can adjust it a little bit. Okay, so that'll dry, and that'll be neat. Again, you can kind of see it in there. With the lighting, it's kind of poochy there, but I'm not mad. There's a fan that goes in there as well, and I need to paint that because that is right. So I painted the little blade, but that goes over top of that, but that still needs to be painted as well. But I'm not doing that right now. That's too tedious for right now. Might be. Thanks, John. At some point, I'd like to say I'm a professional. It's not going to be today, but at some point. Some point indeed. All right, so next up, because I want these doors to be green. That's what I'm kind of going for here with the doors. I want the green look. So we're gonna see what we can do with this, and hopefully I don't pooch it. That would be great. So this here, Deco Art Leaf Green. So it's a bit of a lighter. Again, I'm starting light, and then I'm gonna go darker with it eventually. Oh, really? This one has a clog too? Probably not. Just there we go. That might be too much. Get a lot of these paints and whatnot from the dollar store. There's no point in spending, hundreds and hundreds of dollars on something when the dollar store version works just fine. It'll look better soon, I promise. Hey, Dwight, how's it going? bit more green. Sometimes I have to look at it through the camera just to be able to see it, see what I'm looking at. Okay, so let's focus, focus, focus on this. Okay, yeah, not bad. Not too shabby. Or maybe it's not shabby enough. I don't know. Well, we'll find out. Do another one. I wish I had a fun or interesting story to share, but I don't. So you'll just have to be amused by paint drying, or paint being painted and then drying. Yeah, I've also been contemplating whether or not I should add some graffiti to the wall. I probably should. But we'll have to see. I definitely don't want to wait until it's like everything's done, then add graffiti. I want to do it like a bit earlier than that. Guess this would also work on a garbage can too, because garbage cans do get a little rusty around the edges and they are green. But you could probably do that with any color. Hey Nelson, how's it going? It looks like something Pups. Yeah, he likes his stuff weathered. Nice and weathered. Speaking of which, I think I have to place another order for him tomorrow. He really liked the look of those Bowser 5-pack spine cars. So now he wants some of the 3-packs. Okay, so I'm gonna let those doors dry. What was the next thing I want to work on? That's done for there. I guess I can. Do I want to do these little units here? I can. Oh, you know what? If I'm doing green things, then I should do this. I won't be able to sponge it like I did the other stuff, but I can use a fine brush and still get the color on there. I don't know if I have a favorite part of this kit or building kits in general, but the building process is pretty cool. And the weathering, like I had a lot of fun weathering my other kit. Not so much doing all the bricks, even though I did paint each of them individually. But it wasn't as bad as doing the brick on the paper mill kit, because that was a lot of brick. A lot more brick than the wood kit. Hopefully my hand's not getting in the way here and you can actually see what I'm doing. Peaceful. You think that you glue it enough. You don't want to saturate it with glue. It's okay, it won't take much to put that back on. Now there's a wood kit that I do want to do after this. I'm already kind of thinking ahead, what's the next kit that I want to do. Haven't seen too many plastic kits recently that really sparked my interest. But BN Ironwood is working on one that I'm interested in. It's the back alley kit. He's working on that one now. That one looks really cool. The other one is it's a brick, all brick warehouse. And you can buy it where it's just the 3 floors, kind of like the building that I did before. Only it's all brick. But this one actually allows you to add a 4th and 5th floor. So it's a lot taller. Well, 2 levels taller anyways. But that's kind of where I'm leaning right now as far as my next kit. I just got to be careful what I do because Obviously, it's really cold outside. Geez, it was minus 30 or something the other day. I don't remember. Too cold for life. And obviously when it's like that, I can't really spray paint. So then I got to come up with alternatives. And the airbrushing thing, now I don't know if you saw my video, but the airbrush that I got, because I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg, especially because I've never tried airbrushing before. It was recommended to me to get this one from Amazon. And I'm like, well, it's like, I think it was like $30. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, $30. If it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well. It's $30. And then there was a coupon. So then it only cost me $16. So even better. I felt less bad about buying it just for the fact that it was only $16 for this airbrush. And if you haven't seen it, it has the tank attached to it, and you plug it in to charge it. It takes about 45 minutes for it to fully charge, and you get an hour of runtime with it, which I think is kind of a lie. I'm going off of what the instructions tell you. But yeah, it definitely did not last, unless I was just going so slow that time has escaped me at that point. But it definitely didn't feel like an hour work time. But in general, it was neat to try. I was able to, obviously, like, I did all this right, and I just used the black that I got, and it worked really well. And all I did, because it's just an airbrush, right? It's not doesn't create any fumes. I had a pizza box, and I set the pizza box up right here, like right here. Open the lid, and then I was spraying inside the pizza box, just so I didn't make a mess. Again, I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg on this. I've made a spray booth before for myself, but that was at my old house, and I got rid of it when we moved. So, uh, yeah. So I just wanted to make something quick that I can use, and I didn't actually make it. It's a pizza box. I had it. When you just own a pizza box, it's kind of like that. I wonder if putting it on tape would actually be more helpful. What do you know? That does work. supposed to warm up a little bit, and by warm up a little bit, I mean like going back to like -2, -3, which is, it's cold, but not that cold. Not as cold as it's been, anyways. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for. Because I've done some spraying outside while it was 0 and -1. Doesn't really do too much. It's, yeah, when you hit like the -5 or lower is when, yeah, it's very questionable. You probably shouldn't. Come on, paint. I'm gonna need some new paint soon. There we go. Good old toothpick. This is more of a hunter green compared to the leaf green, so it will definitely darken things up a little bit more. I'm going to do this first. -15 in Colburn. But you can keep it. I'm so done with winter. I can't remember who I was talking to about it. It's like when I was younger, it's like winter was great. I used to go snowboarding all the time. Obviously, when I was little, I would like, play outside in the snow. Who didn't, right? But then you get to that certain age and you're just like, oh, I think of the cold and then like pains. It's pains. Okay, so I did that side. I did. No, I didn't do the back yet. And I have to do the other side. I don't really look at the back side all that much. And because it's facing the wall, it's like I don't even care about the back side of this thing. The only reason why I would is if it was a full kit. But this is always going to go up against the wall. It's never going to be like, this is in the middle of the layout, so I have to worry about people seeing the backside. Not really. Not this one. That's why on my paper mill, when it came to doing the all the brickwork, it's like, yeah, only two sides are showing, so I'm just gonna paint the two sides. But I know in the future, if I have to, oh, I can reglue that. That's not a big deal. I don't think I put enough glue. That's probably why. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, some of them, if it's something that's in the middle layout, you might as well do all four sides because you don't know if it's going to stay there. But if it's something like a backdrop building or if it's going in the corner somewhere, I don't really feel like you have to do all the sides. You probably should, just in case, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. Yeah, these are really cool because like this air conditioning unit is four pieces that are glued together. They're sandwiched. And then you've got a top piece, two sides, and then a front and a back. And then with those, it encloses the solid piece in there, and it just makes it look like it went from being completely flat right down to it being a three-dimensional piece, which I think is really cool. And then on top of that, the flat piece on the top here has your fan. So then you end up putting the grill over top, and just like your locomotives, you can see your fan there, depending on how you look at it, right? Pretty cool. So I'm going to use toothpick to... Where did my toothpicks go? They're hiding now. That's no good. That doesn't work. That doesn't work for me. Where the heck did they go? Am I blind? Do I not see where I put them? Well, that's why I have extras. Could have sworn I had a little one of these out here that had toothpicks. I'll find it after. It's gonna pop up, and I'm gonna be like, oh, there it is. So because of how this piece is, I'm just putting a little dab of glue, four corners, and the grate goes on. And the grate is straight. There we go. Now there's also a grate for the side there and the side here, which they're drying as well right now, so I'll get to that in a moment. I want to glue this back on here though, because that... Oh, did another one fall off? Jeez. These little pieces, I'm telling you, there's so many little pieces on this thing. And it's hard not to like handle the piece. if that makes sense. Just got to give this a minute. Yeah, at least you know you don't have to shovel the rain. That's guess that's the upside. The downside is flooding if it just continuously rains. But that would also suck. Hmm. I think I'm also going to glue that piece, this thing here, because this thing is fully dry. That piece is in there. The stairs are in there and whatnot. I'm going to glue that inside the door there. That way it's attached and it's good to go. Just waiting for this piece here to dry. Which it should be pretty quick. Yeah, it's already dried. Gonna just lean that there though. Okay. Bring this a little bit closer this way. That's sitting flat. Not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. Oh, there it is. It's back there. I couldn't see it before because this was, and it was right around the corner. Whatever. So along with doing all these detail parts, I think one of the next things I'm going to do, of course, once the glue dries on some of these things here, is I'm going to start doing weathering along the side of the building, right along. And I'll be able to start adding things like in this general area as well, like the fire escape, right? I don't know if you can tell because of the lighting, but kind of do something like this, and then you have to glue that on there, and then so on and so forth. I have to get these two air conditioners done as well. They're also windows. I don't know how that's going to work. AK weathering pencils. Yeah. I'm trying to find that AK concrete stuff because I want to do my abutments. AK is really good. Oops. Probably have to file the sides down on that a little bit. I'll have to add the doors as well. Well, I guess I can do some of the dark painting on the doors here. They're probably dry. I do like the darker green for the door, just because it does seem a little bit nicer. But the light green should show through still. Ah, it stuck to me. Hit that spot there a little bit. Just that. I will want to hit this again with the still experimenting just a little bit. I want to see if this really does pull it all together. Should. Keyword should. The capital should. just gotta wait for that to dry, which might take forever. No, should be okay. Yeah, the temperature down here actually is not too bad. It's, you know, there's days where it's pretty cold, but I probably wouldn't be down here still if it was. Another thing I want to add to this as well is there's striping, safety striping that goes along the bottom of the door. So some of this might even get covered up, but let's see what happens. It's real shiny. I don't like that. It'll dull down though once it dries. It's just because it's wet. Thanks, Anthony. Most of the stuff, it just takes time. That's all it is, right? Can't expect to finish this in a day. That's for sure. Especially with all the layers and all the bits and all that. It's not that it's impossible. It's just usually people will get kits and they want to enjoy the process. You know, there's almost a relaxing aspect to it. I mean, I can go through and I can bang out kits, and it's like, yeah, I just built a bunch of kits, but it's like it's not as rewarding as taking your time and really putting the effort, putting the work in. You know. All the doors are numbered as well. One of those things that you can't see unless you get real close to it. I'm probably going to cover that with another number, anyways. The one thing I didn't like is that, okay, so it's numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. A good idea for adding a bit of realism in like a building with a lot of doors. Don't start at door 1, door 2, door 3. You want to start at, like, let's say, for example, door 7. So this could be door 7, door 8, door 9 can be the big one, 10, 11. You don't want to start. You want to make it seem like it's bigger than what it is. I wish I had your energy, Chris. You are getting a lot done on your layout. When I look at it, I don't feel like I am. I've got a layout update that will be coming out this week, technically, because tomorrow's February. So, yeah, there's a layout update that's on its way. But the things that I've done recently, they haven't made too much of an impact, if that makes sense. For me, I've been working a lot still, um, doing other stuff, doing stuff with the family, working on kit. So the layout hasn't gotten as much of my time as I would like for it to. For example, when Mark came over, I totally forgot to clean the track, and one of the industries here definitely needed a cleaning. A bit more. Are you getting other versions of the passenger trains by Bachmann? Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the Lumi, the all yellow one. That that one's neat because when Brandon was down in the summer, like this thing is rare in the sense where if you're going out rail fanning, if you don't know where it is or where it's going to be, it's kind of like unicorn, you know. And I still remember because he had come home at one point for it was just around Thanksgiving or whatever, and I'm like, when you come home, I know it's you're home for like a very short time, but we're going rail fanning, and we went out that day, not expecting to really see too much. But then that pulled up, and he could tell it was Lumi before I could, and he's like, "Yo, it's the Lumi," and I'm like, "Shut up, no, it's not." And lo and behold, it totally was, and it was quite the surprise for sure to see that. And yes, we do talk to each other like that. But yeah, because we saw that one, even more so, like when you see these oddball trains in person, you kind of like, oh, now I want to get the model. Yeah, it's a stupid expensive model, but it looks so cool. And Mark actually fixed my current one because when he came over, he brought his power pack. I wasn't able to change the decoder settings because I don't have my layout set up for that. I normally use my this track up here. You can kind of see on the ledge here. There's track here. It's connected to my lock programmer, so I do all my stuff through that. But if I have a train that doesn't have lock sound, for example, the Bachmann, then I can't really do too much with it. So he was able to bring his Zephyr over, and then he was able to change the numbers on the cab car and the locomotive for me. So it should work a lot better now. Smith Falls is one of my favorite spots. Absolutely. It works for me. Lots of VIA, the odd CP, and I mean I can honestly say I've seen CN go through there. Mind you, it was on a connected to a CP train, but whatever. It still works. Worked for me. I want to glue those vents on, and then I want to wash that as well. But the glue dried up, so... Where's the tweezers? It is a really good looking train. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the appearance of that train whatsoever. But if you've seen my review on it, I still wasn't completely thrilled with the actual train itself. But, you know, sometimes you gotta change some stuff out. And I mean, how many locomotives have we all put KDs on, even though the locomotive doesn't come with KDs, right? I don't think it's any different than any of those as well. It just so happens that this one is way more expensive than most of the other ones. Cool. Got the, I don't know if you can see that. Got the vent on the top, vent on the side. I'm just going to let that glue dry, and then I'm going to put a wash on that as well. Is this dried yet? Oh, technically. Wonder how that looks. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Yeah, not. But it is there. And the reason why I can't pull it straight up is because there's a thing. There's a thing, a brace. So it goes to about here. Wish I could do one of those, but... oh well. Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier. You don't have to, create a shopping list of things. Okay, so what do I need to, do to finish this kit? Gotta go out and get this for it. Gotta go out and get that for it. It becomes quite the pain. What time are we at here? 8:58. Oh, okay. Just wash this. I was going to add more detail to it, but for now, that's what I've got for that. Did I ever? Yeah, I think I did the wash on here too, but I got to add rust and whatnot for that. They'll definitely be what makes it stand out for sure. So things like this now, I did the 2 different colors on there. The rust is obviously very bright, so I do the dark wash over that. Obviously it's shiny because it's it's wet, so you just gotta let that dry. So next week, I believe what we'll do is we'll start on the detail of the building, adding the rust on the building, adding rust for the or the dirt, like dirt kick-up. I'll look into maybe some graffiti for it. I'm not entirely sure yet with that, but it's definitely an option. Then we'll look to add the doors to it, because the doors, I mean, they're basically already dry, so I just want to make sure the ledge where the door goes is okay first before I put the door in, and I also want to put the little stripe on the door. It's almost like a decal. I'm just hitting a couple of these detail parts with some of the ink. Have a great night, Floyd. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so I think it's about that hour where most people are getting ready for their tomorrow, right? I have to work at 7? Yeah, I work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So, fun. Fun, right? 7 a.m. Alrighty. So, that being said, I think that I got quite a bit done here tonight. Most of it is just detail stuff, but that doesn't matter because it's all going to get done either way. And yeah, still lots to do though. I think that at some point as well, I have to turn this building around and I have to paint just the up above part on the inside black. Right now it's the color of wood, and if you're looking at it from certain angles, even with the roof piece in there, you can kind of see it. So I want to hide that. I want to make sure that it's all black on the inside there. So that'll also be something that I do either throughout the week or next week. We got lots more to go, lots to do on this. So I think that we have our work still very much cut out for us. But that little inside part there, I don't know if you can see it yet or not, but that's looking pretty good. It looks like it's part of the building. I just have to add the little fan in there, but I can add that from the backside. So not a problem. All right, guys. Well, have yourselves a good night. On Monday, it's Dundas Junction and Trackside Mike at 7 o'clock. On Thursday, we've got Denny from N Scale Dystopia. He will be hosting his week of Third Rail Thursday. And we'll be back here next Sunday. Or sorry, Saturday. Wow, I'm that far ahead. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be back here next Saturday, 7 o'clock. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And have a great night. I have a train to catch, so we'll see ya.